Good evening and welcome. Thanks very much for tuning in to NDTV. I'm Padmaja Joshi, and on every story that matters, the buck stops here. Is someone within the Congress doing badmashi with the party? Are increasingly allies and insiders asking questions of the Congress High Command, and is the fresh attack on the RSS by some within the Congress an effort to distract from these very real problems staring at the grand old party? These questions are now gaining currency with what has happened over the last 48 hours, from insiders like Shashi Tharoor and Digvijay Singh to allies like the left, DMK, even Shiv Sena, UBT, believe it or not. Over the last 3 days, there seems to be a carpet bombing on the Congress. Questions have been raised not just on its electoral decisions, but also the manner in which the High Command is functioning. How did all of this get precipitated? It started just when the Congress was set to celebrate its 140th Foundation Day. Senior leader and MP Digvijay Singh set tongues wagging with two of his tweets. One on the 19th of December, where he asked Rahul Gandhi to effect reforms within the Congress, but then also admitted that it was very difficult to convince the leader of opposition to bring in pragmatic, decentralized functioning in the party. Digvijay Singh's words, not mine. Then, just before the Congress Working Committee was set to meet, Digvijay Singh put out yet another tweet and he praised the RSS for its strong Sangathan. And this is a sentiment that was, by the way, also echoed by plenty more, most notably Shashi Tharoor. As you can imagine, the outrage and the uproar was immediate. Most Congress leaders discounted what Digvijay Singh said, with Manikam Tagore even asserting that the Congress has nothing to learn from an Al-Qaeda-like RSS.
आरएसएस एक नफरत वाला संगठन है, नफरत फैलाती है, नफरत का ब्रीड करती है, नफरत का प्रोपेगेंडा करती है। और वो संगठन अलकायदा जैसे एक संगठन है। अलकायदा एक नफरत का फैलाती है, आतंक का फैलाती है, वो भी ऑर्गेनाइज्ड है, उससे कोई सीखने के लिए जरूरत नहीं होती है।
मैं भी चाहता हूं कि हमारे संगठन जरा सा मजबूत हो और हमारे संगठन के अंदर तो डिसिप्लिन होना ही चाहिए, तो लॉजिकल है। तो ये लेकिन दिग्विजय सिंह साहब अपने आप बोल सकते हैं ना, उनसे।
Now, you might dismiss a few voices like Shashi Tharoor and Digvijay Singh, but it wasn't just people within the Congress. Of late, it seems, even friends and allies are far more unforgiving of the Congress's politics. Leading the pack, of course, has been recently very, very vocal Chief Minister of Kerala, Pinarayi Vijayan, after the local body election results came out in Kerala, where the UDF fared far better than the LDF. Pinarayi Vijayan has been very active on social media. He created a crisis of sorts for the Congress government in Karnataka by accusing them of bulldozer politics, by saying what the BJP is doing in the rest of the country, Congress is doing in Karnataka. This allegation found its roots in a demolition that took place in two illegal colonies in Bengaluru. Then came Uddhav Thackeray, who after his fresh alliance with Raj Thackeray's MNS warned of betrayal by the BJP and the Congress. And finally, even someone like a Prakash Ambedkar, who has now allied with the Congress for the local body elections in Maharashtra and yet is cautioning against Shakuni and sleeper cells within the grand old party.
What do you mean by alliance partner? Bihar, there was no proper seat sharing. There was no proper alliance, no joint campaign. What are you talking? My point is, at the time of elections, of course, we come together and we fight in order to defeat BJP. This happens. It doesn't mean we are taking same ideological position.
महाराष्ट्राच्या भल्यासाठी मी वाईट ठरलो तरी चालेल, पण तुम्ही मात्र तुमची निष्ठा विकू नका. आज तो क्षण आलेला आहे. आजपर्यंत आपण आजपर्यंत आपला भारतीय जनता पक्षाने तर दुरुपयोग करून घेतला. काँग्रेसचाही अनुभव तुम्हाला आलेला आहे आणि आपण इतक्या वर्षांनी मराठीसाठी आणि महाराष्ट्रासाठी महाराष्ट्र नवनिर्माण सेनेसोबत युती केली.
कांग्रेस में और कांग्रेस की जो साथी है, एक तरफ शिवसेना, दूसरी तरफ एनसीपी, शकुनी मामा की तरह काम करते थे।
कौन?
और तीसरा जो है वो आपने देखा होगा कि कांग्रेस के अंदर ही स्लीपर सेल्स है। मैं समझता हूँ कि उन्होंने जो है वो अपने स्लीपर सेल्स शकुनी मामा का बंदोबस्त करने के बाद मेरे ख्याल से समझौते की बात जो है वो आगे बढ़ी।
And that brings us to the big question on which the buck stops here. And it's a simple enough question, fairly straightforward. Who is the sleeper cell in the Congress? And is the sleeper cell now asking for the Congress to learn from the Sangh? Is that really the answer, to have a stronger Sangathan in the Congress, to learn from the Sangh? Let's take it across to the guests joining us now. We have Advocate Nikhil Jain, political analyst, Harshvardhan Tripathi, senior journalist Swati Chaturvedi, national spokesperson of BJP, Shehzad Poonawala. But I want to start with senior journalist Ashutosh Ji joining us today on the show. Is Digvijay Singh the sleeper cell, Ashutosh Ji?
You have a luxury to call him sleeper cell. I will not call him a sleeper cell. He's a very senior and a very seasoned politician. But it is really intriguing to see his tweet coming just before the CWC meet. Either it was a smart move to tell CWC that I am here and I am alive and I am a very important person, or he is giving some other message to the Congress that if I am ill-treated in the Congress, if I am not giving enough respect which I deserve, then there might be another platform where I can walk in. I do not know what is his basic interest about this, but the fact is, just tweeting just before the CWC, that is what surprised me really. And in fact, Digvijay Singh is 80 years old, and he is known to create controversies in the past, be it Osama G or be it many other things. But he is one politician in Madhya Pradesh and maybe in this country where he loves to criticize RSS with the strongest word ever possible. And he doesn't mince his words. He attacks RSS left, right and center. So I'm really surprised that somebody who has been so much critical of RSS, and suddenly he becomes, suddenly he's praising RSS, suddenly he's praising Narendra Modi, suddenly he's praising BJP. I fail to understand, because if he had looked within, he could have seen that how Mallikarjun Kharge, equally more than 80 years of old, and has started as a career as a very small-time politician and a worker in the party, and today he's the president of the Congress party.
Other than you're surprised, then what was your analysis? Why did he say it? See, the timing, fair question, but is everything that he is saying wrong? And I think the more intriguing tweet, which came on the 19th of this month, where he said, ECI needs reform, so does Indian National Congress. You have started with Sangathan Srijan, but we need more pragmatic, decentralized functioning, Rahul Ji. I am sure you would do it because I know you can do it. Only problem is it's not that easy to convince you, Jai Siya Ram. वो तो कह रहे हैं कि भाई crisis, he is raising the red flag.
As I was questioning the timing, I'm also questioning the decentralization. If he finds a decentralization within the BJP and the RSS, that it is really funny. I do not see anything which is decentralized in the BJP and the RSS, especially when Narendra Modi became the Prime Minister and became the supreme leader of the party.
But he is not saying that the BJP is decentralized. He is saying we have a problem.
But if you look at the whole tweet and the picture, it's very obvious what he's trying to say.
Okay.
And then he's ending with Jai Siya Ram. Doesn't need to put that word. So I think he's giving enough hint to the Congress party, he's giving enough hint to the Rahul Gandhi, and he's giving enough hint to the Sonia Gandhi that yes, I'm here in the party, but don't take me for granted. Don't forget.
You dodged around the word sleeper cell, but you have also given enough of the hint to everyone watching right now. What do you think is the real reason? So let's quickly open this up. Ashutosh Ji has questioned everything.
Just 10 seconds more.
Okay, 10 seconds more. Only 10 seconds. Let's open this up then. Yes.
Let's not forget it. When Rahul Gandhi entered into the politics, then Digvijay Singh was supposed to be his guru, his political guru, and as if he has taken Rahul Gandhi under his wings and was trying to tutor him, trying to mentor him.
Yes.
And even in 2009, in UP, when the Congress party got 21 seats, the credit went to Digvijay Singh, that how he strategized for the Congress and the
Then
Rahul
all the
Gandhi.
more reason you
And
should
from
listen
there-
to your guru, no? Instead of attributing malafide to him. Here we are saying, oh, why is Digvijay Singh speaking now? When
But
earlier
he's
he used to
calling-
speak, we used
but
to
he's
say, wow,
calling
guru,
Osama
guru.
Ji. But if he's calling Osama Ji and raising the issue of Batla encounter, then obviously Congress will have a lot of problems with him.
Okay, now let's open this up. I'll bring you in, Swati. Just give me a second. Quick response to that. I think the indication is very clear. Sleeper cell to hai Shehzad Poonawala. Ashutosh ji hasn't named anyone, but sleeper cell to hai Digvijay Singh. Timing, Jai Siya Ram, wording.
First of all, I thank Ashutosh for accepting on national TV that जय सिया राम बोलने वाली एक ही पार्टी है, बाकी सब जय सोनिया रोम बोलते हैं. तो इन्होंने ये मान लिया कि वो जय सोनिया रोम है, हम जय सिया राम है. दूसरी बात, आशुतोष जी का टाइमिंग वाला पॉइंट हैज बीन completely disregarded because 19 December he had tweeted this and there was no CWC then and he had pinned the tweet and kept it there. Thirdly, गुरु थे, पर ये गुरु घंटाल का कौन करेगा काम? And this Guru Ghantal has been called out not just by Digvijay Singh. Forget Digvijay Singh for a moment. Let me just tell you now. Omar Abdullah does not agree with Rahul on ECI. Vijayan ji does not agree on bulldozer and on other issues. D. Raja has called him out on alliance issues. Supriya Sule rejects him on Adani and on issues of EVM. Aam Aadmi Party rejects him. Uddhav Sena rejects him. John Britta says, why have you gone for travelling? Ravidas Mehrotra says, ki isko hatao, India alliance bachao. IP Singh says, this guy is more interested in vacationing abroad. Ram Gopal Yadav says that he's not serious leader. TMC Jai Prakash Mazumdar says, Mamta lao, Rahul hatao. Then you have Imran Masood says, Priyanka lao, Rahul ko hatao.
We can address each one of this. Is he a sleeper cell or not? Let's address Digvijay Singh first. Why is he speaking up now?
The reason I gave you 10 names is, are these all sleeper cells then? मतलब ये पूरा alliance ही sleeper cell वाला alliance है क्या? So it does not make sense. The problem is this is not sleeper cell. This is ostrich cell. Ostrich cell का मतलब ये है कि they don't want to see the writing on the wall. Rahul, just 20 seconds more, just bear with me because I have worked with Rahul. Okay. I know little more than Ashutosh than about Rahul Gandhi. Rahul Gandhi and Swati will also
work with
because
Digvijay
she's
Singh.
covered the party for so long. Rahul Gandhi is the most intolerant and he is the most, I would say, unable to accept any kind of feedback from anybody.
And yet, Digvijay Singh continues to be in the Congress, and apparently on the first day of the CWC, Rahul Gandhi met him in the corridor in front of Sonia Ji and said, "आपने तो बदमाशी कर दी." अभी बीजेपी में होते उनको एक शो कॉज नोटिस लंबा चौड़ा चला गया
ऐसा
होता.
कुछ नहीं है. कीर्ति आजाद को कोई शो कॉज नोटिस नहीं भेजा था हमने. शत्रुघ्न सिन्हा को भी कोई शो कॉज नोटिस नहीं. और आजकल को इनके बहुत सारे इन्होंने स्वामी पाल रखे, वो स्वामी को भी कोई नोटिस नहीं गया था. वो बोलते रहते, अपना बोलते रहे, हमको कोई समस्या नहीं है. बट मोहम्मद मुकीम को फतवा गया. 20 seconds.
अरे you already taken 20 seconds.
No, but 2-3 पॉइंट मुझे आने दीजिए. Just 10 seconds. I'll tell you what is happening. 95 elections have been lost by Rahul. He has no janmat. The alliance partners are upset. He has no sangat. But now one third thing is happening which nobody is seeing. Janpat हिल रहा है. Priyanka ji's camp is constantly targeting Rahul Gandhi willy-nilly.
No, wait, are you saying that Digvijay Singh is Priyanka Gandhi's sleeper cell?
ऐसा है. रॉबर्ट वाड्रा का स्टेटमेंट देखा आपने?
Okay, too many
Robert Vadra has said
कि
कि Priyanka लाओ, कांग्रेस को बचाओ.
Okay, many balls up in the air. Swati Chaturvedi, where do you stand on this? Whose sleeper cell is Digvijay Singh?
Well, thank you, first of all, Padmaja, for having him. I just want to correct Ashutosh at one point. Digvijay Singh is not yet 80. I think what Digvijay Singh did was a cry. He's 78. What he did was a cry for help. Rahul Gandhi's once upon a time mentor has not met. He's been asking Rahul Gandhi for an appointment for 3 years. Rahul Gandhi refuses to meet him. Rahul Gandhi these days, I had once written about Rahul Gandhi and called him Indian politics Peter Pan, the boy who refused to grow up or the man who refuses to grow up. So Rahul Gandhi should actually now, he's only surrounded by his palace courtiers. He's actually, if there is a sleeper cell in the Congress party, it is Rahul Gandhi's coterie. Because everybody, from leaders to the workers, to across the board, the entire organization is fed up. They have no access to Rahul Gandhi. He's inaccessible. He's not addressing any issues. The Congress has become fiercely reactive. They oppose everything viscerally and reflexively. So every day you have this, headless chicken sort of behavior where the Congress party rushes around, opposing everything, not knowing whether that's pleasing the prince or not pleasing the prince. Now, I wrote in NDTV that, Machiavelli and Chanakya only had one prince. The problem here is that, the prince has too many people who want to be his Machiavelli and Chanakya. And Digvijay Singh was like, throwing down the gauntlet. It was a cry for help. Pay me attention, pay the party attention, pay the organization attention. It's high time. And I frankly, normally Digvijay Singh is very mischievous, but he raised nothing unexceptional. His points were valid points. And for Rahul Gandhi to dismiss them by saying that, आपने बदमाशी की, या आपने अपना काम कर दिया, या आपको जो करना था कर दिया, I mean, I'm sorry, you can't do politics with this kind of a dismissive attitude towards your own senior leaders.
Ashutosh.
See, I see most of the time I feel that the Digvijay Singh, Kamal Nath, these are very overestimated leaders. Since 2003, the Congress has failed to come up to win elections in Madhya Pradesh. We had assembly elections, the parliament elections. And the two stalwarts of the Congress who had all the best position in the Congress party as a minister, as the chief minister. Digvijay Singh had been a chief minister for 10 years. He became a chief minister at a very young age of 42. And he ran Madhya Pradesh in such a way that the Congress was totally wiped out for another assembly elections.
But Ashutosh, isn't this a little unkind? I mean, today you're running down a person simply because he's raising a red flag, and even Swati Chaturvedi is saying that these are valid concerns.
No. Padmaja, I am talking about facts. The fact is, Shivraj Singh Chauhan, when he was given the reign of the Madhya Pradesh, he was a novice in that sense. But he proved to be much better Machiavellian, much better Chanakya.
Okay, I think one line Swati wants to respond. Then Shahzad, I really must go to Harshvardhanji. One line Swati wants to respond.
So I think
No, I just want to say that, to turn Digvijay Singh, who's been there in the Congress 50 years, their own undivided chief minister of Madhya Pradesh, into a villain because, he puts out a cry for help on social media because the leadership is unreachable. I'm sorry, it's a very convenient way of making him the villain.
And just one line.
it's not making him villain, but the fact is, if Digvijay Singh has been so good a politician,
Ashutosh.
he could have won Madhya Pradesh for the Congress party, not in 2003, but
What has Rahul Gandhi won for the Congress, Ashutosh?
No, I'm talking about Digvijay Singh and Kamal Nath.
I want to
He used
respond on
have
this.
Okay.
Just one line.
Pradesh
Just
like
one
anything
line.
for the Congress
Ashutosh, you
party.
have to pipe down and listen to others also, Ashutosh. Otherwise, this way the debate is
Okay,
meaningless.
overestimated politicians. Shahzad Poonawala.
My dearest Ashutosh, if Digvijay Singh and Kamal Nath are so useless because they can't win you elections, how many elections has Rahul Gandhi won? He's lost 95 elections. And every time he loses, he blames some other factor which Omar Abdullah doesn't buy. So, Mr. Ashutosh, first apply that parameter on Rahul. Rahul is a loser. Let's get it straight. He is a loser with a L written on his head. But the problem is that people like you don't let him see reality. That's the problem.
If Rahul is a loser, then what about Digvijay Singh?
अरे both are losers.
No,
both are losers. एक छोटा loser, एक बड़ा loser. पर राहुल के तो loss पे कुछ करो. Rahul is the biggest sleeper cell.
In journalism, what is happening? Sharad Pawar is a great Machiavellian, but Sharad Pawar can't even have a majority of its own when he leaves Sonia Gandhi and comes back, surrendered to the Sonia Gandhi and became a leader of only 1/4 party in Maharashtra. So what kind of a Chanakya he is?
I agree.
I read
agree
Mamata
with you.
Banerjee. See, listen
But
to me.
how does that
Listen to
absolve
me.
Rahul?
I rate Mamata Banerjee. See, listen to me. I rate Mamata Banerjee very highly because after breaking from the Congress, she has won
That's the
3
question.
consecutive
The question
elections.
is Rahul can't
when
lead.
Narendra Modi was there, Amit Shah was there.
Rahul
Why
can't
Mamata Banerjee
lead,
should not be
Ashutosh.
rated much higher than Sharad Pawar
What
and
is he
Digvijay
saying?
Singh and Kamal Nath of the world.
No, but Abhi, I'm sorry,
How
but
does
where
that absolve Rahul?
where did this name of Sharad Pawar suddenly come in? Is it because of a recent excellence center that was inaugurated by the entire Pawar family? I mean, nobody was talking about Sharad Pawar, but he's being dragged in suddenly along with Digvijay Singh.
This is the problem. Rahul Gandhi went to Sharad Pawar's party and met other people there, including corporates.
If Sharad Pawar has
This is
been
the double
so
standard.
great a
Sir,
politician,
you are speaking continuously,
after-
Ashutosh.
Okay.
Ashutosh, you can't speak continuously.
He could have formed the government on his own in Maharashtra.
Ashutosh,
Sir, everyone could have formed the government. Similarly, Rahul Gandhi could have formed the government along with RJD in Bihar as well. But my basic point is, wins and losses aside, at least listen to the people who are sounding the alarm, who are saying that the king has no clothes, than to suddenly launch into them and say कि हमें कुछ नहीं सीखना है RSS से, वो तो अलकायदा की तरह है. One wonders if this reeks a little bit of petulance. But थोड़ी बहुत differences, हर्षवर्धन जी, let's be fair, हर जगह होती हैं. एक उत्तर प्रदेश भी है जहां पे कभी ठाकुर एमएलएज मिल रहे होते हैं, तो कभी आपके ब्राह्मण एमएलएज मिल रहे होते हैं, उनको शो कॉज नोटिस जा रहा होता है, कभी अजीत पवार जाकर के वापस शरद पवार के साथ महाराष्ट्र में मिल जाते हैं. बट स्पॉटलाइट ऑलवेज स्क्वायरली रिमेन्स ऑन राहुल गांधी. इज दैट फेयर?
नहीं, पर मुझे लगता है कि सबसे इम्पोर्टेंट इश्यू राहुल गांधी तो है ना. अकेले अपने दम पर पूरी कांग्रेस पार्टी को ले डूबना ये कोई छोटा काम है क्या? और मैं तो बड़ा आश्चर्यचकित हूं, जो लोग एक समय में शरद पवार, दिग्विजय सिंह इन सब के गुणगान करते नहीं फिर रहे थे, और 2019 में जब राहुल गांधी हार गए थे तो सबने राहुल गांधी को खारिज कर दिया था, लेकिन राहुल गांधी पलट कर आ गए और कांग्रेस ने तय किया कि वही उनके नेता रहेंगे। तो बड़ा खतरा कांग्रेस को जानती है किससे है? बड़ा खतरा इससे है कि उनके आसपास की कोटरी क्या कह रही है उससे बहुत फर्क नहीं पड़ता है, राहुल के एडवाइजर्स क्या कह रहे हैं उससे फर्क नहीं पड़ता है, लेकिन पब्लिक परसेप्शन बनाने में जो एक इंटेलेक्चुअल्स का वर्ग है वो आज भी राहुल गांधी को एकदम से वो कह रहा है कि अकेला योद्धा है, लड़ रहा है और इसके साथ कोई खड़ा नहीं है। कमाल देखिए, इसके साथ कोई नहीं खड़ा है। 80 की उम्र में दिग्विजय सिंह भारतीय जनता पार्टी में जाएंगे ये नेक्स्ट इम्पॉसिबल है, लेकिन अगर ऐसी कोई महत्वाकांक्षा हो भी तो उनके जो सवाल हैं क्या वो सही नहीं है क्या? और देखिए पवार साहब का तो क्या है, अभी वो गौतम भाई को उन्होंने रिसीव किया, अभी उनके भतीजे और उनका पोता वो जाके रिसीव करके ले आते हैं। सवाल ये नहीं है, सवाल ये है कि पब्लिक लाइफ
ने बोला मेरे भैया भाभी हैं, सिर्फ रिसीव की बात नहीं थी, मेरे भैया भाभी
हैं। बिल्कुल बिल्कुल, बड़े भाई भाभी वो उस तरह से ही सुप्रिया सुले ने भी कहा। लेकिन जरा आप सोचिए पद्मजा कि ये कितना डुअल कैरेक्टर है राहुल गांधी। राहुल गांधी और कांग्रेस पार्टी क्या पॉलिटिशियंस इंडस्ट्रियलिस्ट से चंदे नहीं लेती है? 19 का चुनाव, 24 का चुनाव उन्हें किस बड़े उद्योगपति ने लड़ाया है क्या देश नहीं जानता है? किसने फंडिंग की थी नहीं जानता है देश? और अभी पवार साहब की पार्टी में राहुल गांधी क्या गौतम अडानी से नहीं मिले? सवाल यह है कि आपने एक अजीब किस्म का एक नैरेटिव गढ़ा और उससे ज्यादा गड़बड़ क्या है कि हमारे कुछ इंटेलेक्चुअल फ्रेंड्स हैं जो उसको उसी तरह से प्रेजेंट करते हैं। ऐसे लगता है जैसे राहुल इस देश में कोई ईमानदारी की लड़ाई लड़ रहे हैं, बड़ी कोई डेमोक्रेसी की लड़ाई लड़ रहे हैं।
तो क्या दिग्विजय सिंह भी उसी नैरेटिव के खिलाफ चिता रहे हैं? इज ही वार्निंग अगेंस्ट दैट नैरेटिव दैट इट्स नॉट वर्किंग?
पद्मजा, राहुल गांधी राजनीति के योग्य नहीं है। मैं पिछले कई वर्षों से कह रहा हूं, फिर दोहरा रहा हूं। एक वर्ग है जो बार बार उन्हें चाहता है, क्योंकि राहुल जैसा व्यक्ति होगा तभी उस इंटेलेक्चुअल क्लास का काम चलेगा, इसीलिए वो चाहते हैं। राहुल गांधी राजनीति के योग्य नहीं है और दिग्विजय वही बता रहे हैं।
निखिल जैन,
Padmaja, at this point, I don't even know what to
politician is actually warning against delusions of that kind.
No, Digvijay Singh ji has said something that Rahul Gandhi himself has said in the past, that we should learn from the good parts of our enemy. And see, you know it, Padmaja, I keep on complimenting Shehzad off air and on air for how eloquent he is, how he can do shero shairi, how he can be aggressive, how he comes prepared. That doesn't mean I'm going to join Shehzad's party or that I like the kind of politics that Shehzad practices. Oh, come on, Padmaja, I've said that off camera to you. I've said that to Shehzad himself. That doesn't mean that I support his political ideology. What Digvijay Singh is doing is exactly the same thing. It's perfectly all right and kosher for him to support or rather appreciate the organization skills of the RSS while still being.
But that's not the only thing he's saying, sir. The more critical thing pointed out by him is that we need pragmatic, decentralized functioning. Indian National Congress needs reforms. I know you would do it because I know you can do it. Only problem is it is not that easy to convince you, Rahul ji. He is telling Rahul Gandhi, I am begging you, do something with the Congress, but it's impossible to convince you.
Padmaja, and Rahul Gandhi himself has admitted the very same problems with the Congress organization, which is also why the Congress is carrying out the Sangathan Srijan Abhiyan, wherein they are appointing and empowering the district Congress chiefs. In many states that exercise has been done. They're being given greater powers. You can see a lot of changes in terms of the in-charges, department chairman and other party functionaries. So yes, reform is happening. Digvijay Singh is a part of that reform. And when he says that it's not easy to convince Rahul Gandhi, certainly so. Rahul Gandhi is the top leader of the principal opposition party of the country. He cannot be changing decisions at every second.
This is actually something Rahul Gandhi has held.
It will take time in order to take a decision after considering it properly.
He's doing Sangathan Srijan
in all of this. And
now can I please complete? It's either Ashutosh or Nikhil who keep interrupting me. So none of my points are heard.
Let him respond to your initial point. Rahul Gandhi has taken the criticism. He is actually acting on it even before Digvijay Singh was to speak out. Answer that, Shehzad Poonawalla.
I have coined a term. What Rahul Gandhi suffers from is political ADHD. It is called A for arrogance, D for disconnected, H for hypocritical, and D for delusional. And the problem is that all of these are fueled by chatukars and sycophants who can't show Rahul Gandhi a mirror. For example, he says Rahul Gandhi is reforming. I was myself in Youth Congress and NSUI. Rahul Gandhi said that NSUI and Youth Congress will become more democratic and open. Lo and behold, after his so-called reforms, and Swati would know, she's been covering Congress for so many years, only children of politicians got to the position of the Youth Congress. Only them. None of us ever had a chance. Secondly, you say that Rahul Gandhi is a great leader. Ashutosh ji, Rahul has not been able to repeat a single Congress government since 2011. And 2011 to 2014, they had a UPA government. No government has been repeated. I'm talking about repeat. After 2011. Here you have Madhya Pradesh governments being repeated, Gujarat being repeated, you have Maharashtra being repeated, Haryana being repeated. This means it's not just some Modi factor, it is delivery on the ground, plus the BJP Sangathan, plus Modi factor, all coming together. Which government has Congress party repeated after
electoral results aside, Rahul Gandhi is doing internal changes.
Bhai,
only you
Padmaja,
had Sandeep Dixit being made in charge of that outreach department. You've got new ideas being debated where perhaps they are going to have region vice presidents of the Congress.
I did not expect this from you.
No, but to give the devil is due, he's trying, right?
Which devil is due? Is Rahul Gandhi's organization a social organization? Or is you are saying elections aside? What are you saying?
Okay,
elections
the proof
aside
of the pudding.
क्या ये NGO बनाना है? तो बना दो NGO.
You can keep talking about संगठन सृजन, but वो सृजन से कुछ निकल नहीं रहा है.
NGO बना दो, NGO चालू कर दो आप.
See, proof of the pudding may lie in the eating, but when you have the other party stealing away all the ingredients of the pudding, it's really hard to eat that pudding, because let's not forget that Congress party fights with a bank balance of 133 crores and the BJP fights with a balance of 10,000 crores.
But
so
Supriya
to
Sule
make
saying
that
that I am
argument
eating
is
the
rather
same pudding.
fallacious
Omar
that
Abdullah
I am only going
also
to...
eating
Padmaja,
that
let
same
me
pudding,
complete.
sir. That pudding is not yours alone, right? Supriya Sule said this is the same EVM which is sent to Parliament multiple times.
Padmaja, there are 5 people on the debate taking pot shots at the Congress. There is one person defending that. If you keep on interjecting me every sentence, I really can't put out a defense. If you want to just bash the Congress, I'll switch off the cameras.
Anyone gives you a reasoned argument,
or
you
go
say
and
that
bash
they are
the Congress.
taking pot shots.
I am answering.
Other than you, there are literally a total of 5 people, and you have accused Ashutosh, Swati Chaturvedi as well of taking pot shots at the Congress. Why? Because they are saying, भाई दिग्विजय सिंह को dismiss मत करो, RSS को अलकायदा बोल के dismiss मत करो.
Padmaja, can I at least answer?
Yes,
you just allow me to answer. Whether I'm right or wrong, that's for your viewers to take a call on. You'll allow me to just complete. See, when you say that the electoral results are the only metric of an organization's success, that's a really fallacious argument to make. You have to, of course, factor in money and the communal narratives and the institutional takeover and all of that. I am not trying to sit here and defend and say that the Congress has a perfect organization. Absolutely does not. The BJP's organization is better. The RSS's organization is better.
But is this kind of reasoning part of the problem?
These are things I am admitting. And
I mean, if somebody is saying, look, we are trying our best, but we are not winning elections, what to do?
Padmaja, can I come in here? This is why, Kiran and Mr. Jain, first of all, I hold no brief for the BJP. I am no fan of the BJP. I am a fan of democracy. I am a fan of this country having a proper opposition. The Congress still has 20% of vote share. And they are romanticizing electoral defeat with various excuses. This is unacceptable. You are a political party. Why do political parties exist? This is basic to win elections, to propel your ideology. One day you're doing a Bharat Jodo Yatra, the other day you're battling for a caste census. What is this politics? On one hand you're saying Jodo, on the other hand you're saying Todo. I mean, where is your ideology if you're so ideological? What is the ideology that the Congress is telling the country about? And if Digvijay Singh says something, then people like Ashutosh will say he's not Chanakya, but it's K.C. Venugopal Chanakya. I mean, I worry for the opposition and for democracy, not for BJP or Congress.
Not taking pot shots, Nikhil Jain. And I'm coming to you, Ashutosh.
All right. If you All right. Now the thing is, we have one party in the country where the president of the party is democratically elected, does not come from a political background, comes from a disadvantaged community, that is the Congress party, with Mallikarjun Kharge being the president. On the other hand, you have a party where one person has been appointed out of nowhere, who happens to be a dynast. He has no experience in the national level, and we are talking about Nitin Nabeen of the BJP. Yet when the BJP appoints a person like that, oh my God, that is democracy, that is Chanakya Niti, that is electoral wins. But when the Congress has a Kharge as a president, that is problematic.
Why are we shifting goalposts?
That he was himself in the
talking about Congress not winning elections.
Electoral success. No, then let's
period.
All right, let's just no. In that case, let's just talk about electoral successes. Let's forget about the fact that the BJP, despite getting so much votes from the people, does not care about what sort of governance we are getting. We've all seen your shows, Padmaja, and your tweets about the kind of things that happened yesterday, 2 days ago on Christmas, when these Bajrang Dal goons and these
again you're shifting goalposts. Abhi, you wait. The second part we're going to discuss in detail about that. Why are you shifting goalposts? Let me bring in Ashutosh.
He's going to say the same thing as Nikhil is, except in a better tone.
No, because I have a specific question based on what Swati Chaturvedi said. You know, one of the very important things that Digvijay Singh mentioned in his tweet, he said, we need decentralization of power. Now, a classic example of that happened in Karnataka. You had Pinarayi Vijayan poke the Karnataka government of removing illegal construction in a solid dump waste site. DK Shivkumar hit back at Pinarayi Vijayan saying, we are doing the right thing, please mind your own business. What happens? Cut to evening of the same day, KC Venugopal tweets, I have spoken to the CM and Deputy CM. The Deputy CM of Karnataka had to eat his own words. What kind of authority is that man going to have? Ashutosh.
Padmaja, three things. First of all, if winning election is everything, then I think the biggest loser in Indian democracy has been Mr. Atal Bihari Vajpayee. It's not me. It's Balraj Madhok has written, whenever Atal Bihari Vajpayee became the party president, he lost badly. Balraj Madhok, in his book, it's there. So point number two, if Congress has to learn decentralization from the BJP and the RSS, then I'm sorry. That's a bad model. It doesn't work like this. Like every chief minister in this country from the BJP is just a puppet. From Odisha to Gujarat to the new working president. Everybody knows from where the strings are pulled and who's controlling whom. Point number three. See, the issue is nobody can convince me that Digvijay Singh is a Chanakya. Digvijay Singh was the Goa in charge when the Congress got 17 MLAs. And he slept the whole night. And Gadkari came with 13 MLAs to form the
Okay, very quickly, Swati, respond. Very quickly, on the issue of Digvijay Singh.
You're attacking my party. At least give me one chance. Please, otherwise the debate will move on.
Let her respond on the Digvijay point. 30 seconds, Swati.
Listen, I just want to say quickly, Padmaja, yes, this Digvijay Singh himself told me he kept calling up his own leaders, including Rahul Gandhi. Nobody picked up the phone. This is the level of commitment to forming a government. They didn't pick up the phone. This is factual. I've reported this. I've done a story on this. Digvijay Singh is a cry for help.
Okay, but they don't have to learn decentralization
Now,
from you.
please give me 30 seconds. Ashutosh, now you have to please keep quiet and allow my points to come across because you keep talking and interrupting. First of all, Ashutosh, thank you for reminding us about Vajpayee. Vajpayee, despite losing so many elections, never questioned the Indian democracy. He never went and questioned Indian armed forces. That is the difference between Rahul Gandhi, who is a leader of propaganda, and Atal Bihari Vajpayee, leader of opposition. The fact that you put the two in one sentence should reflect on you. Now let me go to the next point. They say electoral victories are not everything, moral victory सब कुछ है. अच्छा जी, तो बुलडोजर कर्नाटका में चले तो वो morally right है, और उत्तर प्रदेश में चले वो morally wrong है. We are discussing that in the next debate. I don't want to waste the time. Thirdly, you know, I used to top school, but there was a partner of mine who used to always fail. तो पता है वो माँ को क्या बोलता था? माँ पेन ही नहीं चल रही थी, माँ ये पेपर ही ठीक नहीं था, माँ वो एग्जामिनर मेरे खिलाफ था, ये शहजाद ने बेचा.
Are you talking about Tehsin Poonawala?
He was not in the same class as me because Tehsin would have to fail many times to be in the same class with me, but he didn't fail that many times.
Okay.
But having said that, this is the classic case of people blaming अनाच ना है आंगन टेढ़ा. ये वाला है इन दोनों का हिसाब.
See, I do not know how many times Tahsin failed, but let's keep it the other way. See, Digvijay Singh said, I was calling Rahul Gandhi. It was your job to organize 3 MLAs. You couldn't. So who's to be blamed?
राहुल का जॉब क्या है?
I don't see.
Bangkok.
See, I have seen enough politics in this country where everybody is called Chanakya. Everybody is called. These people are so much full of themselves. They are darbaris of the first order. Have made their career by doing chamchagiri. And when he was
Kharge ji called Jairam Ramesh Chanakya also inside the local in the Rajya Sabha.
Let's keep it. At least Congress party has an elected president. Tell me,
अच्छा जी.
when the BJP has an elected president in the
I have
entire
to
history?
Okay, only 10
One
seconds.
line.
Although this is about Digvijay Singh and not really
and they talk
about
democracy and
Just one
decentralization.
line. आशुतोष जी, मैं एक लाइन बोल सकता हूँ. आशुतोष जी, the person who was fighting this so-called election, शशि थरूर के views देख लो. और secondly, मोहम्मद मुकीम ने क्या गलत बोला that he was immediately sacked from the party? He तो said something about the party, no? He didn't say anything anti-party. He said party needs to be rejuvenated. Why did you sack him? This is democracy. गजब का डेमोक्रेसी है बॉस आपका.
नहीं. No. Can I?
Yes, please.
Padmaja, if I have to learn democracy,
अरे मोहम्मद मुकीम.
Then no, let me come, Sajad. Let me come. I'll go to Sanjay Joshi and ask what is democracy
Please
is all
go to
about.
Sanjay Joshi. It's good for you
I'll
to
to
go
Sanjay
there, but
Joshi.
you tell me Mohammad Mukim.
And I'll go to all of them who had tried to give him some space
this a
in his house,
legitimate answer?
and all of them were kept out of the politics.
Mohammad Mukim
Sanjay
said
Joshi is a
nothing wrong.
classic example of democracy in BJP.
But by all means, nobody has asked them to learn democracy or decentralization from the BJP. That was the original model, or so in the Congress claims, of their own party. But फाइनल वर्ड आई वांट टू गिव टू हर्षवर्धन जी. क्या ये अंगूर खट्टे हैं वाला सिचुएशन हो गई है कि यू फाइंड योरसेल्फ आउट इन द कोल्ड? राहुल गांधी आपका फोन नहीं उठा रहे हैं तो अचानक आप ट्वीट पे ट्वीट?
नहीं पद्मजा, मुझे ऐसा नहीं लगता है. और जब हम इस तरह से पॉलिटिकल एनालिसिस करते हैं तो हमारे अपने कुछ बायस हैं, कुछ प्रेजुडिस हैं, उसके आधार पर करते हैं. दिग्विजय सिंह खाटी कांग्रेसी हैं, वो कहीं जाने वाले नहीं हैं. संघ के इतने घनघोर विरोधी हैं कि आरएसएस 26/11 की साजिश, वो सहारा उर्दू अखबार का संपादक था, उसकी पुस्तक का उन्होंने लोकार्पण कर दिया था मुंबई में. तो ऐसा नहीं होने वाला है. लेकिन किसी भी पार्टी में अगर ऐसे लोग, और आपको अगर आज दिग्विजय सिंह पर आप सवाल खड़ा कर रहे हैं तो आप जनार्दन द्विवेदी को भूल गए हैं, आप AK एंटनी को भूल गए हैं, आप पूरी की पूरी जिसको टॉप लीडरशिप कहते हैं, जो सच में एडवाइजर्स हुआ करते थे अहमद पटेल के अलावा, सोनिया गांधी को, जिस वजह से सोनिया गांधी इतनी पावरफुल दिखती थी, कहां है आज वो? और राहुल गांधी के एडवाइजर कौन है? वो थके हारे कम्युनिस्ट आइडियोलॉजी से वो मुंह ऊपर की तरफ करके चेकोस्लोवाकिया, पता नहीं कहां के वेनेजुएला, कहां की बात लेकर आनी. ऐसे लोगों से देश नहीं चलता है भाई. भारत में आप पार्टी पॉलिटिक्स करनी है तो आपको लोगों के बीच में जाना होता है. और मैं तो बड़ा आश्चर्यचकित होता हूं, कई बार लोग कहते हैं फंड नहीं है. आज भी कांग्रेस के पास फंड नहीं है जैसा कहने वाला, मैं जमीन पर राजनीति देखता हूं. ये हो सकता है कि बड़े इंडस्ट्रियलिस्ट, बड़े लोग, वो पार्टी जो पावर में होती है उसके साथ जाते हैं. आप किसी भी शहर में चले जाइए, किसी भी जिले में चले जाइए, वहां आपको समझ में आएगा किसके पास पैसे हैं, किसके पास फंड है.
You know, the simple choice that has to be made at this point, do you want to listen to the advice of Digvijay Singh, who even the Congress admitted was the guru of Rahul Gandhi at one point? Or as some reports seem to suggest, Dipankar Bhattacharya, who isn't even a member of the Congress and whose party had 0 seats this time around in Bihar. Let's leave it at that. Swati, thank you very much for joining us on Debate 1.